Welcome back. Next up, we'll focus on adding edges, on drawing those connections between two vertices. So if we are adding cities in, like Tokyo and Dallas and Los Angeles and Hong Kong and that sort of thing, let's say that we are working for an airline, we're representing like all the flights that an airline has and the connections, at the back of those airline magazines, if you ever read those anymore, there's those maps that have all those lines from cities. We'll do the same thing, sort of. We're going to model that data structure. Okay, so an edge will represent a flight from one city to another that our airline offers. So to actually add an edge, we need to specify the two cities, the two vertices. We'll just call them vertex 1 and 2. So the function called addEdge needs to accept two arguments, v1, v2, vertex 1, vertex 2, whatever you want. And it should find in the adjacency list the key of vertex 1, and then push vertex 2 into that array, and then do the same thing for vertex 2. So it should find in that adjacency list the key of vertex 2 and push vertex 1 into that array. And don't worry about handling errors. If somebody enters an invalid vertex, if that edge already exists, don't worry about that for now. Let's just get the basics. This is really more about fundamentally how this all works. So let me just show you roughly how it would work. If this is what we have at the beginning, like we can do this right now. Just add a new vertex, add a new vertex, add a new vertex. Tokyo, Dallas, and Aspen, there's nothing connecting them. There's no edges. Then if we did add edge, Tokyo, and Dallas, remember that this is an undirected graph. So it doesn't matter if we do Tokyo and then Dallas or Dallas then Tokyo. But our end result would look like this. Tokyo, the key of Tokyo now has Dallas in its array, and the key of Dallas now has Tokyo in its array. Or if we did add edge from Dallas to Aspen, which is really the same thing as Aspen to Dallas, we end up with Dallas now has Aspen in there, and Aspen now has Dallas. Okay, so this is pretty short as well. It's really just 2 lines that you need to do if we're not doing any of the error checking. As I mentioned, all that we're doing is accepting. So write a method called addEdge. It accepts 2 arguments. You take that first one, and you find it in the adjacency list using that as a key, and then you push the second one into that array, and then you do the same thing for vertex 2. You push the first vertex into its array. Okay, let's see how it goes.